What does a 40-year-old goalkeeper without a club, who had his mother back home because she couldn't pay for the visa in time, have to do to make the whole world know his name overnight? Stop Spain 7 times in a World Cup. 40 years old, without a contract, raised by his grandparents on an Atlantic island of 500,000 inhabitants. That's how Vocinha arrived in Atlanta, and that's how he left one of the world's great favorites without scoring a single goal. This isn't fiction. This happened yesterday in Atlanta, Georgia. Under the lights of the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, Spain, European champions and one of the great favorites to lift the World Cup, took the field against a team playing its first ever World Cup match. Cape Verde, the Blue Sharks, a country of just 500,000 people. A team that, until a few hours ago, was almost unknown to the football world. The result was 0-0. And in this context, that was a revolution. Spain dominated the match from start to finish. They had 74% possession, but never found clarity in the final third. Cucurella passed, Ferran Torres shot first time, and the goalkeeper saved it. On the rebound, Oyarzabal tried a header, and the goalkeeper saved it again. The crossbar appeared when a goal seemed inevitable. Spain dominated almost every aspect of the game, but in the opposing goal, there was a wall. And that wall had a name: Vocinha. His full name is Josimar José Évora Diaz. He is 40 years old. He was born in Mindelo, Cape Verde, and traveled a long and singular path in football. He played in Angola, Moldova, Portugal, Cyprus, and Slovakia. These aren't the names of big European clubs. These are the names of someone who loved football more than football looked for him. He arrived at the World Cup without a club after leaving GD Chaves in the Portuguese second division, with an uncertain future and probably thinking about retirement. And yet, there he was, between the posts in a World Cup against Spain. What he did that night will go down in the books. He made 7 saves, 6 of them against shots from inside the box. He prevented an average of 1.46 expected goals, a figure that reflects the enormous impact he had on the result. Before the match, Vocinha had a little over 200,000 followers on his Instagram account. Hours after his performance, the figure was approaching 2 million. He won the Player of the Match award, and when the final whistle blew, he couldn't hold back the tears. I cried because I grew up with my grandparents, and unfortunately, they couldn't be here today. My mother isn't here either, because of problems with the visa and the money that had to be paid. We couldn't do it in time, he declared to the cameras. Those words aren't those of a football star. They are those of a man who reached this point by continuing when others would have given up. Now, let's talk about Spain honestly, because there is something this match awakens in our collective memory. In a match to be forgotten, Switzerland defeated Spain 1-0 in the debut of the 2010 South Africa World Cup on June 16, 2010. Never before in the history of the World Cups had a team that lost its first match in the final stage managed to subsequently win the championship. Spain broke that rule and won the world. The curiosity is that Spain now occupies that same Group H, exactly like in 2010. Back then, they also arrived as European champions. They also dominated their first match without scoring, and there was also a lot of fear. We know how that story ended. Luis de la Fuente, the coach, expressed calm after the match. He said that in their approach, they have 7 matches left in the tournament and pointed to a lack of finesse and freshness as the cause of the draw. Spain will play against Saudi Arabia on Sunday, June 21st. They still have everything in their hands. But this night didn't belong to Spain. This night belonged to Cape Verde, to their Blue Sharks, to a team that defended with discipline, heart, and unwavering faith. And above all, it was the night of a 40-year-old goalkeeper who dreamed of this moment for a lifetime. And when it arrived, he was up to the task. Josimar Diaz Vocinha, the man who stopped a World Cup. And before we go, Tell us in the comments which team you want us to summarize in the World Cup. Argentina, Brazil, France, Mexico? Tell us which one is your favorite and which one excites you the most, and we will follow them match by match. And if you don't want to miss any of these videos, you know what to do. Subscribe and turn on notifications because in this World Cup, the surprises are just beginning.